Good morning, everybody. This is Lorraine Ball.
And Jennifer Denny.
And this morning, we're going to talk about the marketing funnel.
Yay. I think a lot of people get confused about this.
I think they do. I think, we all wish that the very first time a customer hears about us, they would whip out that checkbook and buy.
Yeah, I think we all would like that. Like, hey, if I just put some ads out there, they're going to instantly buy, right?
Yeah, life doesn't work that way. And so, as marketers, we talk about this process of getting people into the marketing funnel. Why don't you define that?
Yeah, so in layman's terms, not marketing words, basically, there is a path to purchase where somebody, first hears about you, all the way down to I'm ready to purchase. And, the marketing funnel is basically sending people different messages of marketing depending on where they're at in the buying cycle of actually doing business with you.
That whole image of a funnel is really because it's something I think very intuitive. Your first messages go to a lot of people.
Hmm.
But just like a funnel, you start to narrow down who you talk to at each step of the way. So you have to have different messages at different stages in that funnel.
Absolutely. I mean, when somebody is first introduced to you, you shouldn't be giving them an offer.
Mm-mm.
You should be explaining why your product or service is, of a value to them and you
Mm-hmm.
can help them solve their problems. That really should be the top of the funnel, is what I would call it, or bottom of the funnel. That's another term that people often hear that means the same thing. So you're basically either at the very top or you're at the bottom and you're ready to buy.
And let's go back to that first at the top of the funnel.
Mhm.
Sometimes marketers call it the tofu, yeah, because they haven't got enough acronyms, so they have to make up more. But okay, so with top of the funnel, you said it's kind of that first introduction to your business. I love creating offers and checklists and questionnaires that help people figure out, should they even get into my funnel? Have I piqued their curiosity? I'm not really talking about my business and my brand. I'm talking about them and what they're looking for. But if I float the right things up there,
Yeah,
they're gonna respond.
you're basically coming up with content that makes them aware of the fact that they actually need your product or service.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Like that's what top of the funnel marketing should do.
Okay. So at that point where you're talking to everybody, you don't really know who's going to hop into the funnel. You have to be a little more general. I mean,
Yep.
you can create focused marketing for target audiences, but you're still speaking to everybody in that audience. So now you move them into your funnel. How do your messages change?
Yeah, so, once they're at that stage and they've decided that they actually might need your product and service, you really should move into, why you're a good choice
Mhm.
for them because you're this much better or that much better in this area or that area.
I think one of the things when I'm thinking about the funnel from a content marketing and a search position, I always think about this is the point at which people have a little bit of knowledge. They've heard the buzzwords, they've done some research, and so really this, like you said, the comparisons, but
Hmm.
also this is a great time maybe to clear up some of their misconceptions. They didn't have them before they started searching, but now that they're kind of into that buying mode, you want to make sure that you clear up any confusion at that level.
Yeah, so they might have thought that this or that could solve their problems. And so, just like you're saying, at that stage, you should be providing a messaging that's going to help overcome that.
And I think at that stage, this is where it switches from advertising to email marketing
Correct. I
because
agree.
because now you're talking to a smaller group of people who have a specific need.
Yep, yep. So, I mean, just kind of the strategy is if you create this content where you're able to collect email addresses, you can now move them into a funnel of email series and turn that cold lead into a warm lead.
Mhm. And with Facebook pixels and the
Mhm.
ability to clone audiences, you can actually, in that middle of the funnel, if you have a large enough email list, go ahead and push that back to Facebook and have your ads and your content appear
Yep,
on social media driven by that email list.
correct. And so this is where we make up different terms, but sometimes we call it remarketing.
Mhm.
These are people who are already familiar with your brand. You've already got their email list. They've been to your website. So now you need to do remarketing. And depending on what your funnel looks like,
Mhm.
you might go right after the close, but you might also continue the messaging with your ads.
Absolutely. And so now you kind of tease that next step, the close. That's, to me, that's the bottom of the funnel. That's where the sales come out and drip into your business.
Yep, yep. So this is a great time to, give an offering if you potentially have one. This is also a great time to talk about testimonials.
Mhm.
Why are other people doing business with you? This is also a great time just to talk about, why you're different than your competitors so that you can kind of get them on that last, pull the trigger and do business with you.
And I'm going to say something I think totally revolutionary. This is a great time to pick up a telephone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love digital marketing. So, I mean, it's how I earn my living. But the reality is that sometimes nothing beats a good phone call.
Unless, yeah, if you're in e-commerce, okay, I get it. Like all digital marketing, maybe all the way, but everybody else, you need to finish the funnel off with the phone call. I would agree. I would definitely
Awesome.
agree. It's time for the sales rep to take over the lead and close it.
Absolutely. So, this is something that advertising can play that just this huge role at every step of the way, and content plays a huge role at every step of the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's different types of content for different parts of the funnel. And I think overall, the concept that you just instantly start marketing and you're going to instantly have leads is incorrect. There's actually a funnel to purchase, and we need to build that funnel with the right type of marketing.
Absolutely. So, if you have already gotten your funnel started, you have a group of people, you have a target audience, you need help with your ads, you need to take a look at all the cool things that Jennifer's doing at elevatedmarketing.solutions.
Yeah, and if you want to learn how to do it yourself, just go over to digitaltoolbox.club and you can learn some tips and tricks on how to do it yourself.
Awesome. Okay, guys, we'll see you next week.
Take care.
Bye now.